Hey guys, welcome back to my craft room and back to Crafty Christmas. So and you knew, I had to sneak another Disney gift in here. I had to. But this one is very practical. I think it's a fabulous gift. And it's very useful for not only pin traders, but also anybody who likes to, keep mementos or even has like a calendar that they need to have nearby because it's a pin board. So many people can use a pin board. So why not make your pin boards a little bit extra fun for whoever you are gifting this to? This theme, I did do a Mickey head, but of course you can do any kind of character, really, as long as it's, well, you just print off a template, or I make my own templates, and I just used a bowl and some it's not masking tape, it's the clear tape, packaging tape. I always get those two mixed up. But I just use those to make my circles. But of course, you can print off your template online. You could even do any kind of character, or you could do a stocking. Ooh, a gingerbread man. That would be cute. And you could put, recipes on it. That would be really fun for a gift. If you did a gingerbread man and you did maybe like Christmas recipes pinned to it for whoever you're gifting it to, that'd be cute. And all I used was a piece of cardstock. I really wanted my template to be sturdy, really sturdy, but not too thick that I can't really do my tracing, because I need to have that really good line of where to cut, especially with this cork. Ooh. So I used these cork tiles that I actually got at Big Lots for $7. I think it came in a pack of 4. I'm not sure. I bet you could find them at Home Depot, probably even Walmart. Ooh, I'm not sure pricing wise though. You don't even really need them to be like really nice tiles. You just need a sheet, because as soon as you cut into it, it's going to be a rough edge anyway, and you're going to have to cover it. So don't worry about, having the neatest corked square and whatnot. And one of the best ways is to really make sure you have, well, a Sharpie probably would work, but I didn't want to use anything too outlandish really looking that would go on my cork, just in case I didn't cut it enough. I didn't want that black Sharpie or anything to really stand out. So I just used a very dull pencil, and then I just kind of ran it around. I didn't use the sharp pointy end. I used kind of the edge so that it made a really kind of smudged line, and that really gave me enough room to have enough wiggle room, really, in where I cut and where I didn't cut. And it also gave me a very good kind of sense of where I needed to cut, because sometimes cutting or putting your template on there and putting maybe like a pencil line or just a brown line in general on the cork, it would be hard to see. So having that smudged line, it's a little easier. And then one of the things, let me tell you, I was going right in there with the scissors. No. It just started to crumble. So I had to pull out the X-Acto knife. And I just did kind of as far as the X-Acto knife could go in. And then it just kind of perforated it enough that I could just tear off where I needed to get that shape. it was very nice to work with after I used the X-Acto knife. So skip the scissors and go for the X-Acto knife. You know, of course, be careful. And of course, having that rough edge, I really needed to cover it because it would have probably crumbled after a few uses. And also, it doesn't look very nice. So I just grabbed some red ribbon. I debated doing blue, but my blue was a little bit too thick, and it was kind of a strange texture. I thought this red would just look good enough, because I didn't want the edges of the ribbon being too, what's the word I'm looking for, too encroaching onto the actual pin section, the cork section that would display the pins, because I wanted more real estate for those pins, because a lot of Disney pins tend to be on the larger side, so I really wanted them to be able to fit quite a few pins in there. And I think the best way was to just make sure I had enough room with using a thinner ribbon. And I think that this size just really gave quite a great look to it, and then also it really sealed everything up, which was really good. So all I did was just put some hot glue on the edge of my cork, well, it's not really a tile anymore, but my cork shape, and I centered the ribbon on it, and then I would put some glue on the other side, wrap the ribbon around it, put that on the glue, and then put glue on the other side and then wrap it around. And then sometimes it would have some different ruffles and some different folds, and I think it just kind of added to the charm of it. I think it looked cute. Of course, you could use fabric and then just kind of tuck your fabric underneath, and then you can have a nicer edge. It won't be as raw, I guess. I don't know. I think the ribbon looks good though, and it's nice and shiny and cute. And of course, red just goes with Mickey so well. So one of the kind of hiccups I found along the way of putting the ribbon on there is on the corners. I wanted to really kind of be fast with it, and I shouldn't have. I should have taken the time and just done like inch by inch and then glue it on there, because occasionally I would have it too taut and I would have to really maneuver the ribbon in the spot that it wanted to go in, instead of me having the free range. So do it inch by inch, especially around these corners right here in that little section. It just kind of really gave me a little bit of an issue because of my impatience. Which happens a lot, but normally we can cover it up. It still looks okay. I just, you know, the confidence of I would have rather had it, you know, go a lot smoother. But so I just continued doing that, and then for the handle I used the same ribbon, and I decided instead of doing it on the back like what we normally would do with ribbon to make our hanger, I did it on the front, and it's right on those ears in the center, and then I just hot glued them onto the cork, probably about maybe an inch or 2 inches of hot glue, and then on top of that ribbon, just to make sure it was really secure and to give it a little bit of extra cute, you know. We're all about that. Just add a little bit of extraness, you know. I had some Tsum Tsum buttons, and I thought it would be really fun to add those on there, so that way you get a little bit more Disney, and then also they kind of look like pins, so maybe it's a little bit more explanatory of what this could actually be. And then also, if you don't have anything on it, it's got the cute little buttons on there already. So when I give the gift, it's not going to be just a pin board. I did debate actually sticking a few pins in there and giving it as the gift, but I was like, you know, I think it'll be fine. It'll be good. I think they'll understand. And if not, they can ask, you know. It's not that big of a deal. But I did keep the shanks on the back of my buttons, and that kind of helped give it a little bit of extra height, because I was a little afraid that if I put it on without the shank, it would either come off or it would just kind of sink in with the rest of everything that would go on there. So I thought the shank kind of gave it a little bit more interest. Hopefully it gives it a little bit more stability, because I put the glue on the shank and then around the shank and then like just all around the button. So hopefully, you know, it's all solid and sturdy and it is ready for some Disney pins or any kind of pins. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy these pin boards. I love them so much. They turned out so good. And I hope you're having a crazy day. Good crazy, not bad crazy. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!